Hello everyone, welcome to Absolute Geography. Here we take your geography understanding from classroom to continents. After studying the northern plains, now we move to the oldest and most stable physical division of India, that is the Peninsular Plateaus. This ancient landmass forms the core of the Indian peninsula and is made up of very hard crystalline rocks. Unlike the young fold mountains of the Himalayas, the Peninsular Plateau is extremely old, stable, and resistant to change. The Peninsular Plateau is the oldest and most stable landmass of India and roughly forms an irregular triangular region. Its broad base lies between the Aravali Range in the northwest and the Rajmahal Hills in the northeast, while its southern tip extends up to Kanyakumari. The Western Ghats form the western boundary, while the Eastern Ghats mark its eastern edge. Its average elevation ranges between 600 and 900 meters above mean sea level. The plateau is mainly composed of hard igneous and metamorphic rocks such as granite and basalt. The Peninsular Plateau generally slopes from west to east, which explains why most of the peninsular rivers flow towards the Bay of Bengal. Talking about the main characteristics of the Peninsular Plateau, it is the ancient crystalline core of India, made mainly of hard igneous and metamorphic rocks. It is a mineral-rich region containing large deposits of iron ore, coal, manganese, and mica. Over millions of years, rivers have deeply dissected the plateau, creating valleys, hills, and smaller plateaus. The Peninsular Plateau is broadly divided into three major regions: the Malwa Plateau, the Deccan Plateau, and the Chhotanagpur Plateau. The Narmada and Tapi rift valleys separate the Malwa Plateau from the Deccan Plateau. The Aravalis are among the oldest fold mountains in the world. Due to long periods of erosion, they now appear as worn-down residual mountains with rounded hills and broken ridges. The Aravali Range extends for about 600 to 700 kilometers from Gujarat to Delhi. The highest peak is Guru Shikhar in Mount Abu, with a height of 1722 meters above mean sea level. The range forms a natural boundary between the Thar Desert in the west and the plains in the east. The Malwa Plateau lies to the northwest of the Narmada and Tapi rift valleys. It is bounded by the Aravali Hills in the northwest, the Vindhyas in the south, and the Indo-Ganga plains in the north and northeast. The plateau is mainly composed of hard rocks such as granite and basalt and has an average elevation of about 800 meters. The general slope of the plateau is towards the northeast. Therefore, the rivers such as Chambal, Betwa, and Ken flow northeastward and join the Yamuna River. The Chambal River has carved deep ravines and gullies in this region. These heavily eroded lands are called badlands and are difficult to cultivate due to severe soil erosion. Towards the east, the Malwa Plateau extends into the Bundelkhand Plateau and further into the mineral-rich Chhotanagpur Plateau. Some older textbooks also mention Rohilkhand, although Rohilkhand is actually part of the northern plains and not the plateaus. Moving on, the Malwa Plateau further extends eastward into the Bundelkhand Plateau region. Now, Bundelkhand is a rocky upland area spread across southern Uttar Pradesh and northern Madhya Pradesh. It is made of ancient crystalline rocks like granite and is marked by uneven terrain, residual hills, and seasonal rivers. Due to low rainfall and rocky soil, the region often faces drought and water scarcity. Next, we have the Chhotanagpur Plateau, which forms the northeastern extension of the Peninsular Plateau. It lies mainly in Jharkhand and extends into northern Chhattisgarh, western Odisha, and parts of West Bengal. The plateau is composed mainly of ancient crystalline rocks along with Gondwana rocks in some areas. It is one of the richest mineral regions of India and is therefore called the mineral storehouse of India. Large deposits of coal, iron ore, mica, manganese and bauxite are found here. The Damodar Valley located in this plateau is famous for its coal deposits and industrial development. This is a very famous region. Major rivers flowing through the region include Damodar, Subarnrekha, North Koyal and South Koyal rivers. Now, as the rivers flow over hard rocky surfaces and steep slopes, many waterfalls are formed such as the Hundru Falls and Dasam Falls. The Hazaribagh Plateau lies to the north of the Damodar Valley, while the Ranchi Plateau lies to its south. The Rajmahal Hills form the northeastern edge of the plateau. Moving south, we have the Deccan Plateau, which lies south of the Tapi River and forms the largest part of the Peninsular Plateau. It is bounded by the Satpura Range in the north, the Western Ghats in the west, and the Eastern Ghats in the east. The word Deccan comes from the Sanskrit word Dakshin, meaning south. The Deccan Plateau is largely made of basalt rocks formed by ancient volcanic eruptions. Layers of lava spread over large areas and cooled to form a step-like landscape called the Deccan Traps. The weathering of these basalt rocks formed black soil, which is ideal for cotton cultivation. The plateau generally slopes from west to east. Therefore, most rivers such as the Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri flow eastward into Bay of Bengal while they are originating in the west. However, the Narmada and Tapi rivers are exceptions here. They flow westward through rift valleys into the Arabian Sea. The Western Ghats block the southwest monsoon winds, making much of the interior Deccan Plateau a rain shadow area. Rivers have dissected the plateau into smaller ones such as the Maharashtra Plateau, Karnataka Plateau and the Telangana Plateau. Although not specifically mentioned in many school textbooks, the Meghalaya Plateau is considered an extension of the Peninsular Plateau in the northeastern India. It mainly consists of the Garo Hills, Khasi Hills and the Jaintia Hills. The plateau was once connected to the Chhotanagpur Plateau but later became separated due to the tectonic faulting, creating a gap that was filled by the river sediments. This gap is known as the Malda Gap. This region receives very heavy rainfall and places like Cherrapunji and Marsanram are located here. Moving on, we have the Western Ghats, also known as the Sahyadris, forming the western edge of the Deccan Plateau. They extend from the Tapi Valley in the north to Kanyakumari in the south, running parallel to the Arabian Sea coast. The Western Ghats are steep, continuous and higher than the Eastern Ghats with an average elevation of about 900 to 1600 meters. They act as an important climatic barrier by intercepting the southwest monsoon winds, causing heavy rainfall along the western coast and creating a rain shadow region over the interior Deccan Plateau. Many important peninsular rivers such as Godavari, Krishna and Kaveri originate in the Western Ghats and then flow eastward into Bay of Bengal. Important passes through the Western Ghats include Thal Ghat, Bhor Ghat and Pal Ghat. The Nilgiri Hills, Annamalai Hills and the Cardamom Hills are located in the southern section of the Western Ghats. Anaimudi, the highest peak of South India, is situated in the Annamalai Hills. On the eastern side, we have the Eastern Ghats, forming the eastern edge of the Deccan Plateau and run parallel to the Bay of Bengal coast from Odisha to the Nilgiri Hills. Unlike the Western Ghats, they are discontinuous because rivers such as Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and Kaveri have cut through them on their way to the Bay of Bengal. The Eastern Ghats are lower and less steep, with an average elevation of about 600 meters only. These hills are older and are more eroded than the Western Ghats and are broken into separate hill ranges. The Eastern and the Western Ghats meet at the Nilgiri Hills in southern India. In exams, you are often asked to distinguish between the Western Ghats and Eastern Ghats or do a comparison between them. So, you should try to memorize at least 5 differences between Western and Eastern Ghats. The Peninsular Plateau is one of the most important physical divisions of India due to its rich mineral resources, fertile soils, rivers, and climatic influence. The plateau is often called the mineral storehouse of India because it contains large deposits of coal, iron ore, manganese, mica, bauxite, and copper. Chhotanagpur Plateau in particular is the center of many mining and industrial activities. The black soil formed from basalt rocks in the Deccan Plateau is ideal for cotton cultivation. Other crops grown in different parts of the plateau include millets, oil seeds, sugarcane, coffee, tea, and spices. Many important peninsular rivers originate in the Western Ghats and flow across the plateau. As these rivers descend over hard rocky surfaces, they form waterfalls which provide excellent opportunities for hydroelectric power generation. The Western Ghats influence the climate of India by intercepting the southwest monsoon winds, as we have discussed. As a result, the western coastal region receives heavy rainfall, while the interior Deccan Plateau lies in rain shadow area. The availability of minerals, power resources, and transport facilities has led to the development of many industries in the plateau region, especially iron and steel industries. Since we have the mountain areas, we also have good tourism here. The plateau is known for its scenic beauty, waterfalls, and hill stations such as Ooty, Mount Abu, Mahabaleshwar, and Kodaikanal. The Peninsular Plateau represents the ancient geological foundation of India and is one of the oldest stable landmasses in the entire world. So, the Peninsular Plateau is not just the oldest landmass of India but also the country's geological foundation and mineral heartland. In the next video, we will move towards the coastal plains of India, the narrow lowlands lying between the plateaus and the sea.